Mama Friendly, and I do all sorts of videos on my channel, from cooking videos to planner videos, vlogs, hauls, homeschool videos with a Disney twist, a little bit of everything. So if any of these things sound like fun to you, I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on my YouTube adventure. Today's video is very special and very exciting for me because I am hosting this collab. It's the first collab I'm hosting in 2022. And the theme of today's video is Super Bowl menu. So pretty much, I invited a bunch of my YouTube friends to share treat ideas, recipe ideas, for a full meal, an appetizer, dessert, drink, snacks, any combination thereof. Whatever floats their boat, whatever they would want to eat at Super Bowl. And a bunch of my friends were more than happy to join in. So once you finished watching my video, you can check out the link in my description box. I've got a playlist going so you can see what all of my friends made as well. And we wanted to make sure to bring this playlist to you a little early because Super Bowl is in about 3 weeks. And this way you have plenty of time to get some inspiration, get your ingredients ready, and so on to make your Super Bowl gathering the best it could possibly be. So as for my contribution, you might know if you're not new around these parts that I eat gluten and dairy free exclusively. And as such, I tend to gravitate towards paleo recipes because they've already been adapted for me and I don't have to do any of the legwork. So I found a recipe in a cookbook that you've seen me feature 1,000 times. It's called Celebrations by Danielle Walker. And here it is actually. So I'm gonna have this linked in the description box below as well. I absolutely love this book and it's definitely given me a good return on my investment because I've made and shared multiple recipes from this book already and every single one of them has been a success. So what I chose to make from this book is a spinach artichoke dip. But I'm dairy free and so is this book. So instead, we're gonna be making a cashew sauce, which is something that's super common when you're avoiding dairy to give us that texture. And we're also gonna be using mayonnaise for some richness and fat. I am very excited to be sharing this recipe with you today. So let me show you how I make spinach and artichoke dip. So before we do anything else, we've gotta prepare our cashews for our sauce. So I'm taking a half cup, which is about 70 grams of raw cashews, and I am going to put some boiling water over them, and I'm gonna let this sit for an hour so that we can get them ready to blend for our sauce. In the meantime, preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So now that our cashews are ready, we're also gonna need 2 tablespoons of either ghee or olive oil. I'm opting for olive oil. A cup of diced yellow onion, a half cup of chopped fennel bulb, 4 cloves of garlic minced, a cup of water to blend the cashews, 2 teaspoons of fine sea salt, a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of lemon juice, half a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 1/4 pounds of spinach, 2 14-ounce cans of artichoke hearts, a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, and then whatever you're going to serve your dip with. So here I am, very not expertly, chopping up some fennel bulb. And I've never really cooked with fennel before. I don't think I'm really a fan of fennel, to be honest, because it tends to have a licorice type flavor, and that's really not my favorite flavor at all. But I wanted to give it a shot anyways in this recipe because I figured it would add some sweet balance to the rest of the dip. I've warmed up my 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a skillet over medium-high heat, and now I'm gonna add my onion, fennel, and garlic, and we're gonna saute for 5 minutes until the onion is translucent and you start to smell all the vegetables in the air. So now that our onions and fennel and garlic are sauteed, I'm going to wrestle with my food processor. And the first thing I want to do is drain the cashews, but then add the cashews in here with another cup of water. And we're going to blend this all together until it's smooth. Then I'm going to add in my onion mixture and all of our spices, our salt, pepper, garlic powder, our lemon juice and vinegar, and our cayenne, and we want to blend this all together until it's very smooth and thick. Mine stayed a little chunky, I'm okay with that. I don't know if my food processor was going to ever get it completely smooth. So I did what I could, and then I just poured it into a bowl and set it aside to work on the next step. For our next trick, we're going to bring a very large pot of water to boil. I'm going to add my spinach and I'm going to cook it until it's bright green and slightly wilted. It's just going to take a couple of minutes. Then we're going to pour the spinach into a colander and apply pressure with a towel, paper towel, whatever you've got. Just try to remove as much liquid as you can. Once it's as dry as you can possibly make it, transfer the spinach to a cutting board and just coarsely chop it up. I'm gonna put my spinach into a very large bowl. This is where we're gonna actually combine all of our ingredients to make the final dip. I'm also going to drain both cans of artichoke hearts, and I'm gonna chop those up as well before putting them into the bowl with the spinach. This is the mayonnaise that I'm going to use. I like this brand, Primal Kitchen, because it's soy free. Most mayonnaises that you buy have soy oil in them, and this one does not. It uses an avocado oil base. So I'm putting my 1/4 cup of mayonnaise into the bowl. We're gonna add in our cashew sauce, and we're just gonna mix everything together until it's combined. Now the recipe says to place the dip in a 3-quart round baking dish. I don't have one of those. I have a 9x13 glass pan. So that's what I decided to use. You could reserve some artichoke hearts without chopping them and put them over the top to kind of decorate if you want to. I'm not that fancy, so I just threw everything into the pan and I'm putting it into our 400-degree oven for 20 minutes. You just want it to start bubbling up on the sides and get browned up on the top. I'm going to serve my dip with these crackers. I like this brand because it is paleo, so everything is gluten and dairy free. This is what it looks like coming out of the oven. So you can see the top is starting to brown and get kind of crisp. The sides are all bubbly. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a couple things that are not part of the recipe, but that I thought were really, really good. I'm putting some nutritional yeast on top. This is a great way to add cheesy flavor without actually adding cheese. And speaking of, I'm also going to add some of this Follow Your Heart shredded Parmesan. This is my favorite dairy-free cheese. It might be the only dairy-free cheese that I actually genuinely enjoy. It melts down pretty good. It browns up pretty nice. So I thought that this added a whole other layer and dimension of creaminess and cheesiness to the dish. This was really, really tasty. And if you have it available, I would definitely add the cheese and the nutritional yeast as well, because that's what really helped me not miss the regular cheese in it. All right, friends, so there you have it. As you can see, I served it with some crackers, some raw veggies, and we had some wings on the side, and everything was absolutely delicious. I also had some leftovers, which I just reheated in the same glass Pyrex I was keeping it in the oven the next day for about 15 minutes at 350. Just cut up more veggies, had more crackers, and I had it again for lunch. It was just as good, if not better, the next day. Definitely highly recommend. My non-dairy eating family could not tell the difference at all. And it came together so easily and so quickly that I'm probably gonna be making this just as an every once in a while treat for lunchtime around here. Now that you've watched my video, I hope that you'll go and check out that playlist so you can see what all my friends made as well. And while you're here, let me know in the comments, what's your favorite thing to munch on during the Super Bowl? I wanna thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, I hope that you will please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you would subscribe and click that notification bell because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye.